Hey everyone, it's Colin. How's it going? Just wanted to take a minute to talk about a different topic. It's still related to Nintendo, but it's not actually so much about games, and it's more about a new kind of hardware that they've come out with not too long ago, and it's these Amiibo. You've probably heard of these, you probably know what they are and what they're capable of. When they first came out, Nintendo said, well, these are going to be something that's going to stick around for a while. They'll grow, in the family as time goes on and more games support them and that sort of thing. And everyone's like, okay, cool. So it's really going to be kind of like Disney Infinity or Skylanders, that kind of thing, which is a pretty similar concept with figurines like that. But there's a few things that make me wonder if everything Nintendo said will actually come true, and or if Nintendo hasn't changed tack not shortly after these started coming out. So of course Nintendo has its own privately owned franchises, the ones that it's had forever, like Mario and Zelda. But there's also some other companies and franchises that have been closely tied with Nintendo either for a very long time or a relatively short amount of time even, that have still been pulled into kind of the Amiibo product line. Those include Pokemon and also some Sega stuff, which is still really weird to me, being kind of a long time gamer with remembering when Nintendo and Sega were like this. And it looked like for a while Sega was winning. To see that Sonic is now part of kind of the whole Nintendo family in a weird way, and that there's a Sonic Amiibo. Of course, when Amiibo launched, they said, well, for starters, the big thing that these are going to tie into is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. And you can buy these characters and you put them on the gamepad and the NFC will activate and you can start leveling up the characters. You can, get bonus things and all of that. And everyone's like, okay, that's pretty cool. And it sounded like these would have relevance with new games going forward. You could tie them into newer games and do similar things or get bonus content, or they could be the key to getting DLC or something like that. And none of that has happened yet. Amiibo have been out for several months as I'm filming this. And all the packaging still talks about only being Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Okay, I need to pause here and interrupt my own train of thought for a second. When I shot this, Nintendo hadn't announced Amiibo compatibility with any further games. Of course, a week before that video is about to go live, the one you're watching now, Nintendo made some more details available. So here's a quick update on that. Originally, Amiibo were only compatible with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, but now we're seeing compatibility with Mario Party 10, and then also a quick little add-on type of thing for Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. It is good to see that at least Nintendo's starting to expand it out a little bit in terms of compatibility with games. We know they've built Amiibo compatibility into the new 3DS, so we'll see something going on there in the future. We haven't yet, but at least as the time that I'm shooting this, 3 games now finally that you can use Amiibo with. So, well, back to myself. Take it away, me. And the other thing that's pretty big that makes me really wonder about Nintendo's long-term commitment to Amiibo is the fact that they've already started to discontinue some of the figures. The whole product line's only a few months old, and they've already started to discontinue some of the figures. And those ones that got discontinued, they've been going for crazy amounts of money on eBay. But what's crazy is some of these characters actually had pre-orders available. Nintendo went through several waves of pre-orders ever since they first launched Amiibo for the characters. Why do you need to pre-order figurines if Nintendo is saying that these are going to be like a long-running thing? That's kind of weird, right? You would think that, okay, Nintendo, maybe Nintendo would roll out characters as time goes on. That's normal. They pretty obviously are artificially limiting supply in order to drive up demand. Yes, it's working, because there are people who pay just, I would say, exorbitant amounts of money on eBay for some of these that have gone out of production. The thing is, they've been doing that so fast, they may be shooting themselves in the foot. Because what happens when they run out of characters to do limited releases of? Are they going to come out with different iterations of the characters? So like, maybe they're going to take Yoshi here and finally discontinue Yoshi. But in a few months, are they going to bring Yoshi back, maybe as a different color? Or are they going to come out with a different style? Maybe Yoshi won't look like this. Maybe Yoshi will just be standing there. Or maybe it'll be a special one where Mario's riding on his back or something like that. Are they going to double dip from the well like that? I don't need more than one Yoshi figurine. Especially since with the way they've been tied into the game, I don't think that would really get me anything. Right? The idea is that you buy one of these to be able to level it up. Well, that's then tied to your character. So what do you do if you have two Yoshis? Is that going to be two different Yoshis that you can level up? I don't think the game was written like that. So I think that when Nintendo first announced Amiibo and they said all the things they said about this is going to be kind of a long-running new platform and all that for us, I think things have changed since then. And that's why they've accelerated the release schedule of a lot of the limited edition characters. Now this video will be interesting to watch again in, say, a year from when I shot it. I shot this in March 2015. So we'll see if even in a few months or in a year or so what actually pans out. I'm curious myself. But I suspect that within a year's time, Amiibo will probably be done. That's my guess. So that raises the big question of should you even bother investing or buying or whatever into the platform? Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to get into Amiibo for the whole collecting thing, right? I don't want one of every single one of them. I'm not even buying them, to be honest, for the leveling up capabilities. I haven't paired these with Smash once. But I've just been using them as figurines, and I'm only going to buy the ones for characters that I like. I'm not going to go down the whole path of actively seeking out when are the release dates for the next, batch of limited characters or anything like that. Or having to go back and buy one on eBay that I missed. Or even get into the game of flipping them on eBay. I know a lot of people buy tons of them when they come out just to turn around and resell them and make a lot of money, and that's reselling video game stuff, like flipping it for profit. That's the topic for another video, so I'll save that for later. But what I'm curious about is, what do people do with these? I mean, obviously I'm not the only person buying them. I see them disappear from store shelves. What is everyone actually using these for? Are you buying them just to collect them? Are you buying them to do what I've been doing, just to display them because they're pretty cool characters and they show off real nice? Or have you actually really bought into the whole Amiibo concept of tying them in with games and leveling up and all that? So that's really the point of this video that I wanted to make, is there are so many different ways to go with this. I'm curious what you all have been doing. So sound off down in the comments and let's talk about it. So if you like the video, I would appreciate thumbs up. Those help quite a bit. If you haven't already, do please subscribe. The button is right down there. And as always, thank you all so much for watching.